Thank you. You as well. What is going on, my friends? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another day in paradise. Today we need to go ahead and fix everything that we messed up in yesterday's paint job. So a lot of this stuff turned out good. I know in yesterday's video I seemed pretty pissed off, and I was, to be honest. So we have to fix the rear bumper. We had some sort of chemical reaction going on there, probably some sort of solvent pop from not waiting enough time in between coats. We have a door that we got some runs in the sealer, one there, one over there, one right there, and then a third door that we had something landed in the sealer, and I tried to pick it out and I made it way worse, as you guys can see. I'm not planning on rushing anything today. We're gonna get done whatever we get done. I don't really care. First thing I want to do, we're actually gonna flip the booth around. I'm gonna pressure wash it out. I think that's one of the main reasons why we had quite a bit of dust and dirt landing in our paint from yesterday. From the last time we sprayed, was because the first time we sprayed, it was clean. Second time, there was still a lot of dust in there from the first time we sprayed. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip it around. We're gonna pressure wash it out, open up the door, let it all drain out, let it dry out completely. And while that thing is drying out, we can go ahead and get everything else prepped out and get some paint work done. So I went ahead, blew out the filters, blew out all for the 4 filters, cleaned the walls, cleaned the floor. I didn't clean the roof just because I don't want potential water dripping on our parts. And I'm gonna go ahead and let this thing dry out for a while. Let's go ahead and get these doors prepped out. I'm not gonna touch the backside. I might just scuff it a little bit. There's no need to reshoot sealer on the backside. All I care about is scuffing the entire front side, getting these runs out, and then we're gonna reseal this thing. So I'm gonna grab a block, 600 grit or 800 grit, whatever I have here, wet. We're gonna sand the whole entire door, redo everything with the scuff pad. We're gonna do that on both doors. Rear bumper, I don't even know where we're gonna start with that. So we'll figure that out later. For now, let's just bang out both of these front doors. Okay, it started getting pretty late in the day, so all I'm gonna do today is spray the sealer on the 2 doors. The bumper, I'm not gonna spray any sort of sealer on, there's no point. There's a few little areas, we can definitely cover all that with just a few extra coats of base. It's already 3 o'clock, and if we go down the rabbit hole of what we did yesterday, we will be painting in the dark again, and it's not worth it. Sealer, you can spray, and then wait up to 3 or 4 days after to spray your base coat, which is super cool without scuffing it at all. So that's what we're gonna do. Bobby's on her way here right now. She's grabbing more gloves for me because I ran out yesterday. And then I just ran to the paint store and drained my wallet again. We got more base coat, clear coat, all of the hardener, sandpaper. We got this nice little spray bottle, or we're gonna put our wax and grease remover in here. So that should make life a whole lot easier. Just douse the panel, let it sit on there for a second, and then wipe it off with a clean towel, and that should help out quite a bit. Let's go clean up those 2 doors. We got them in the booth right now, and then tomorrow we're gonna do basically clear. We're gonna get pretty much all the random little pieces sprayed up tomorrow. Went ahead, cleaned up the doors with wax and grease remover. This bad boy right here, this thing's a game changer. It's so nice. 40 bucks. Expensive, but worth it. So I cleaned them twice. I'm doing everything right this time around. And then yesterday, I did not wait the proper amount of time in between wax and grease. You have to wait at least 15 minutes, but I'm gonna wait like 30, and I have waited 30, just for it to evaporate. I'm gonna go lay down 1 coat of sealer, and then tomorrow, we're painting all day. All day, every day. Okay, goodbye. Doors are sprayed out. It is fairly nice painting when it's bright out and warm. Tomorrow's gonna be a paint day. We're gonna get all of the random little things done tomorrow. What? I gotta get my wallet. Tomorrow, we're gonna spray everything else out. So I'll pick this video back up tomorrow. Goodbye. Good morning, guys. It's the next day. We got a little bit carried away last night. Let me explain what's going on. We prepped out a ton of parts. Every single thing except for the front bumper that we sprayed the other day, we are respraying. There is something called a flow coat, which I've never done before. Basically what you do is you'll paint your part, right? Sealer, base, clear. Usually 2 coats of clear like we did. You'll let it cure for a few days, maybe 48 hours. You'll go ahead and sand it completely flat, nib out all the dirt, get all the orange peel out, and then you'll lay down 2 reduced coats of clear. So we're gonna grab our MC161 Omni Plus Clear. We're gonna reduce it about 5 to 10% using probably some medium reducer. Spray 2 more coats out, and what they say is the clear is gonna lay down really flat. So let's run through all the parts I wanna get sprayed out today because we have like 12 hours or 14 hours. We have all the time in the world because it's 6 a.m. right now. This guy right here is gonna need a touch of color on the edge we burnt right there. And then we're gonna clear that. This guy's gonna get cleared. Of course, basin clear, basin clear, basin clear. I wasn't gonna repair these, but I got carried away last night, like I said. There was a tiny bit of cracking in the paint. Where is it? There's a little bit of weird stuff going on in there, and I think that's because we didn't let the wax and grease remover evaporated enough last time. Base and clear these wing stands, clear the 2 doors, and also re-clear the 2 front fenders. And then on top of that, we have these 6 pieces right here. All these are gonna go black. So we have a ton of leftover Obsidian Black Pearl, which is the factory color of the STI. These guys go on the bottom of that Voltex style front bumper. These are the blade mounts, and then the wing blade itself. So all that's gonna go black. If we have time today, that'd be cool. If not, we can easily spray that out tomorrow. So let's go ahead and get this booth set up. I'm gonna let it sit in the sun for a little bit, get it kind of warmed up in there. It's crazy how much heat gets into that thing when the sun's baking down on it. It's like 50 out right now, or 45 or 50. And I bet within like an hour, that thing is gonna be like 65, 70 in there. So let's go ahead, head outside, get that thing pumped up. The first thing I wanna do is all the stuff that needs color and clear, and then the second round of paint is just going to be clearing everything. She's a little bit tricky to get set up by herself. So damn tall, it likes to fall over, but as soon as it's up, she's good to go. So we got half the parts in the booth right now. We have the 2 doors, the 2 wing stands, rear bumper, all those are gonna get based in clear. And then when those are all finished up, we can move on to the other parts that we have to spray out today. All those parts are fully cleaned up. I went ahead and wiped them down with a wax and grease remover about an hour ago. So it's fully evaporated. Made sure that I'm just taking as much time as I need today because we have all the time in the world. So I'm gonna make sure we do this right the second time, and we're gonna make them as perfect as possible. Another day, another issue. We bought some PPS cups the other day from the paint store, and I specifically asked them for 2.0 cups because they have a 1.0, 2.0 system, and the whole thing's new to me. And they gave me the cups and lids, and they don't fit my gun. So I'm gonna actually bring my gun down there and make sure they fit, because I just called them. They said they had the 2.0s, but yeah, these do not fit. So first issue, let's go get these swapped out, I guess, for the 2.0s. A lot of money later because we had to buy a whole box. We are ready to go hose down some base. Doors are spraying out good, wing stands spraying out good. We're still having issues on the rear bumper though. You can see all that cracking going on. It looks like the base we're putting down over, is it maybe the black. My brother Austin's on the way over right now to use my powder coat stripper, and he's been painting much longer than me, so I'm gonna have him take a look at that and see what's going on. Either way, I don't really care. I'm not too worried about it because all we can do is just figure out what's wrong with it and then move on from there. So I'm just gonna focus on these 2 doors and the wing stands, 3 coats of base, 2 coats of clear. We already got 1 coat of base laid down, so let's go hose these things out, and they're gonna turn out good. I'm confident of that this time. All right, we got the 2 doors and the wing stand sprayed out, 100% done. Clear's all good to go. They look freaking perfect. Moving on to the bumper. Talked to like 10 different people and everyone has a different opinion on what is going on. Regardless, I'm gonna try the easy route first. So a few people recommended I feather all of this out, get all this bullshit off of here, and then instead of hosing on the base, just lightly mist it on, maybe like 6 or 7 just mist coats of the base, because the reducer in the base is what is causing this issue. So if we just mist it on, the reducer, the solvents will evaporate much quicker and it won't seep in to the black. So that's what we're gonna try. We gotta feather this whole thing out and then we can give this another shot when we go ahead and load the booth up with the rest of the parts that we have to spray today. Really sucks we're having issues, but honestly, I don't really care. Every issue that I encounter is an opportunity to learn more about how to be a better painter. So when I have these issues in the future, I'll know what to do. So here is currently where we stand. Those 2 doors are done. They're still a little bit tacky inside the booth, as well as the wing stands. I pulled the rear bumper out, completely sanded all of those weird areas down with 180, really just took a ton of material off, and then 400 and then 800. With the rear bumper, what we're gonna try is just taking our base, lightly mist in, kind of dry spray the base into there. If that doesn't work, I'm pretty sure we're just gonna have to completely take all of the material back off that bumper and kind of start from scratch. All right, so we just got the doors out of the booth. Here's how they turned out. So much better than the first time. There's not a single run in the doors. The clear laid down super flat. I could not be more stoked with those. Here is one of the wing stands. That one turned out good. The other one, we got to run right on the face of it, which thankfully it's on a flat part, so it'll take maybe 2 minutes to sand out. That little run right there, it's not very little, it's kind of large, but we can easily knock that out. Everything else that we want to spray out today, except for those black pieces, I don't think we're gonna get to those, is currently in the booth. Wing right here needs a touch of base. Hatch needs a touch of base. We're gonna try and mist on base onto here. Door, fenders, all those guys need is some clear. So we're gonna do flow coats. We're reducing our clear by 5 to 10%, and that should help flow that clear out more. And I'm actually really curious to see a reduced clear versus a non-reduced clear, and kind of compare it side by side. Say take that door, compare it to the doors we just sprayed. So yeah, let's get these things tacked off, spray them out, and we should be good. We have 2 light ass coats on that bumper so far. It's hardly covering, so it's probably gonna take like 7 or 8. But yeah, so far so good. Dude, if we can get this bumper sprayed today with clear and not have issues, I'm gonna be so freaking excited. Because that means all we have left, all of the random parts and pieces are done. We've sprayed like 30 parts, probably 20 or 30 parts now. Door handles, wide body kit, bumpers, skirts, list goes on and on. Doors, fenders. All we would have left is the chassis of the car, which this thing's pretty much ready to spray. I need to completely clean it and do a few touch-up things in the jams, and then this thing can hit the booth, spray this guy out, and then all we have is a few black parts down there. That's gonna take like 2 minutes. I'm making sure to really let this white base coat flash and dry in between coats right now, because I don't want to sand that entire bumper. That'd be miserable. So like probably 8 or 9 dry coats, literally just dry spray of base. Later, check this out. Nice to see a bumper with some gosh damn paint on it. She is ready for some clear. Ooh, that's freaking sick. That's a beautiful paint line. Could have been a little bit better up in that corner there, but quite frankly, I don't care. Really light coat on the bumper, laid on fine. Came inside, reduced it about 10%. I just threw, honestly, a splash of reducer in there. Went out, sprayed out everything else. Everything else looks really, really good. So, one more coat on everything. Second coat is gonna go on quite a bit thicker. I noticed a lot of people do their clears differently. Paint Society here on YouTube always recommends to do the first coat a little bit lighter, and then it kind of acts as a glue for the second coat. And then my brother Austin, he does 3 coats and he does all 3 like fairly heavy. So everyone has their own way, own personal preference. On this car, I'm testing out everybody's different ways and figuring out what I like best. And I think so far I like putting the first coat on a little bit lighter better. Let's get some more clear mixed up, head out there. I'm gonna give it about 30 minutes in between coats, and we can go slap on a second coat. All right, we're all finished up spraying clear. Actually, I might do one more coat on the bumper. There's something, it almost looks like solvent pop on the bumper, but I waited more time on the bumper than anything else, so I don't really know. What I do know though, it's only on part of the bumper, so I'm gonna give it like an hour in between the second and third coat. I'm gonna spray the bumper one more time, one more coat on there. Everything else is super flat, looks really, really good. A little bit of runs in the wing, which I'll show you guys tonight after everything is completely tack free and we can get it in the shop. But yeah, so much better. We changed up a few things. We went from a fast top coat hardener down to a slow top coat hardener, so that should allow it to flatten out more. Honestly, this is probably not what we should be using right now. It is probably too cold outside. So doing that and reducing it a little bit, I think allowed it to flatten out quite a bit. I'm really curious to pull a door in and compare it to these 2 doors over here and kind of see the difference. Granted, we did spray those upright and then we sprayed those 2 laying down flat. So I think that clear is gonna be flatter regardless. But yeah, let's give these parts a few hours. I'm gonna go to the gym, train legs, come back, and we should be good to bring them in the shop and see how everything looks. So freaking stoked to be finally done with this stupid bumper. Damn, that was a pain in the ass. All right, my friends, let's do a quick little walk around and see how our beloved parts turned out. I must say, either having the doors flat like this when we're spraying, or the flow coat, or a combination of both, definitely quite a bit less orange peel in these doors. They're about as flat as I would ever want. I don't know how you're gonna show that on camera, but you can tell they're pretty freaking flat. There is a little bit of dirt, bugs. There's a little bug right there. Well, that's gonna be super easy to nib out. Hatch, we got a nice run in. I just saw, beautiful, sweet. At least it's on a flat part. Easy enough. Fenders turned out perfect. I don't see any runs in them at all. Those 2 doors turned out really, really nice. More orange peel than these doors, but easy enough to just give it a quick wet sand and polish. Rear bumper, this damn thing. I mentioned earlier we may have a solvent pop issue. It wasn't, it was just dry spray. When I hit that 3rd coat, I just laid it on pretty thick and it all evened out. Turned out really, really nice for what it is and how it started out. Nice bug there. I think we had a run. Got a little bit of a run right there. Bumper turned out pretty freaking sick, and that's exciting. It's absolutely insane how long the stuff is staying wet for. I sprayed the hatch probably 4 hours ago, and as I was bringing it in, I accidentally bumped an edge with my finger, and I left a nice imprint, as you can see. And I think that's probably the main reason why a lot of this stuff has more dirt in it than I would like. It's because right now it's 40, it's probably less than 40 actually. There's dirt in it because the longer it sits, they're really wet for. Obviously dirt is in the air. It's not in the most high-tech booth in the world. Dirt lands in the paint, gets stuck. It is what it is. We are working with what we've got. Overall, I cannot be more freaking stoked and excited with how everything turned out today. I'm really glad that we decided to redo a few of these panels that we didn't necessarily have to redo. The doors, the hatch, the fenders. We didn't have to re-clear them, but I'm glad we did because they turned out so much better the second time around. I'm trying to decide if I want to nib this stuff out and polish it while it's off the car. It'd probably be easier while it's on the car. That's gonna be a wrap for today, my friends. I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. What's up, bitch?
Dude, that looks so good.
Is it straight bussin'?
Yeah, no, it looks really good.
Thanks, boy.
Is this wet?
Yeah, it's wet.
All right, I'm gonna stay away from it.
As you can see, I got a fingerprint right there.
Dude, that looks so good. Holy shit.